The last video in the race series is how to incorporate betting or gambling. I only did it for one race. So here's my main menu, D211 race. And look what you have. I have a frame on top of this. So I put a frame and 7 check marks for the 7 possible outcomes. Who is going to win? Pirates win, Vikings win, Cougars, so on and so forth. Your balance, I have them starting with 100. I have the focus, how much do you want to bet? 5. And I click race. Please select a winner. It will not let me continue unless I pick one of them. I'll say Pirates win, race, they race. Folks, I don't think we saw this coming. It's a 3-way tie. Your balance is 95. How much do you want to bet? Everything's cleared out again. I'll try to bet a lot of money, 500. You can't bet more than you have, so I can't even do that. So 50. Notice it did subtract 100, went down to 95 because I lost $5. Now I'm going to bet 50. I have this rigged for a 3-way tie. Race. 3-way tie. I got 145. Now if I bet it all, 145, and I purposely lose. 3-way tie. You are out of money. You can no longer play this game. And takes me back to the main menu, and it disabled D211. That option button I cannot select. So that's how I did it. Took me about 45 minutes to an hour. So if we look at this, first, there again, I call this was a group box. Where's my group box? Right there. And I called it FRA, short for frame, because it used to be called frames. Frame bet. Put the title, who is going to win. Check boxes. So your first time, whoops. Let me press pause while I delete this. There we go. Now checkboxes. Again, they're right there, a checkbox. Prefix is CHK, so I call this one CHK PHS, CHK FHS, CHK CHS. For the 2-way tie, CHK PHS FHS. You catch on to the pattern. 3-way tie, CHK3. So that's the way I chose to do it. And now the coding. A lot more got added here. So the first thing, let's go back. Your balance, that's just a LBL. This LBL money, another label, label bet, and then this text box, text bet. And it's got the tab index of 0. So now, the first thing when you click this race button is to make sure they're not betting more than they have. So that's the first if statement. Check to see if they didn't bet more than they have. If value of their betting box is greater than value, how much money they have, then message box, you can't bet more than you have. Message box, exclamation, error. Exit sub. If it goes through that error, then you have to check, did they at least select one of these 7 checkboxes? That's the next error trap. Check to see if they actually selected a race. If all of them are false, so if all 7 boxes are unchecked, so if CHS.checked equals false, and this one is checked equals false, and this one is checked equals false, and all 7 are false, message box, please select a winner, error, exit sub. So they no longer can move on. If it passes through those 2 error checks, then I have the frame become invisible, so it doesn't block the race. Frame bet, visible, false. The rest of the coding is the same. I can put this back to int rand1. You see how I had it fixed because I was testing the 2-way race. or I should say the three-way race. Now in the three-way tie, in all of these cases, I add this argument. If check3.checked equals true, if they selected the three-way tie, label money.text equals value label money.text plus value of text bet.text. So add, in case they won, add whatever they bet to whatever they have, if the box was selected true. Otherwise, you want to subtract, because they ended up losing. And then that same pattern, copy and paste, but just changing the if, just changing the checkbox. If check phs.checked equals true, so between Palatine and Framd, then if that one was selected, then you want to add money, otherwise subtract money. Else, same here, if they selected Palatine and Conant to tie, then add money. Otherwise, subtract money, and then end if. So I did that for the other two-way tie between Framd and Conant. Then for Pirate Pete, if the checkbox was selected for Palatine, add, subtract, same pattern. Same pattern. All I did in all 7 cases was just change that. And the last one, if Cougars win, else Cougars win, there it is again. Reset everything. Not only do I move the 3 objects back to where they started, that was there before, now I make the frame visible true again. I put 5 by default back in the text box. I make all 7 check marks gone again. I check to see, are they out of money? So if they are out of money, less than or equal to 0, then you are out of money. You can no longer play the game. Hide the form. This is very new. I've only explained it to 1 or 2 students individually. I am on form right to left, but I can still code stuff, objects on other forms. So on form main, make the D211 option button enabled false. I'm coding that to happen although I'm on this form. I'm on this form, but I'm coding this to be false. Same with some other objects. And then I make it checked false. I want to make sure it's not even selected. And I want to put the focus on the go button. And then go back to that form. So I have 3 things happen. I'm coding 3 things on the main menu before I actually go there. And those are all the things that I did to add gambling to this race. Good luck.